In the case of Schumacher, he was found guilty of ignoring the black flag, which was shown to him on more than one occasion. He loses in any event his points from the British Grand Prix because, having been shown the black flag, he should have stopped, and that would have been an end of his race. In addition to that, he has been banned for 2 races. He's got a 2-race suspension.
International Automobile Federation President Max Mosley announcing Michael Schumacher's punishment for ignoring that black flag at the British Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. The decision was taken at a special meeting in Paris this morning, attended by Constructors President Bernie Ecclestone and by Schumacher and his Benetton team owner Flavio Briatore. Schumacher was shown the black flag, calling on him to come into the pits for a time penalty after overtaking Englishman Damon Hill on the warm-up lap preceding the race. Hill had started on pole position ahead of the German. Schumacher eventually took heed of the flag, allowing Hill through into first place, and the Williams driver went on to win the race. Today's sanctions do not mean Schumacher will miss the German Grand Prix on Sunday. He'll be able to compete at Hockenheim if he lodges an appeal, which would automatically suspend his punishment. The German remains the runaway leader of the championship. He now has 69 points, while Hill has 39. Mosley told reporters that Schumacher had said he had not seen the flag because of the sunlight, but that the FIA World Council had decided to reject his plea. Schumacher's Benetton team have also been punished for not drawing their drivers' attention to the black flag during the race.
The Benetton team guilty of having failed to obey the instructions of the officials on several occasions, contrary to Article 58 of the International Sporting Code. We have excluded the Benetton team in its entirety from the results of the British Grand Prix, and we have fined them $500,000.
The FIA decision means the World Championship could be wide open once again, which is a cruel turn of events for Schumacher, who has perhaps been punished for a harmless overtaking manoeuvre outside of the race itself. It could be possible he ignored the black flag because of false information from his team radio. Critics believe the FIA may have acted in the hope of adding a little more interest to the championship, which looked to be over at the halfway point. Schumacher having dominated events from the very first race of the season, winning 6 races and finishing second twice. Whatever the reasons, Damon Hill now sees the door to the World Championship open once again. Hill was in Paris today to explain why he slowed down to pick up the Union Jack on the slowing down lap at Silverstone, an act which is not permitted by FIA regulations.
I'm certainly going to continue to wave the flag for Britain in the remaining races in the championship, although I might not be able to stop and actually pick one up. Thank you.
Brazilian driver Rubens Barrichello and the Finn Mika Hakkinen were also at FIA headquarters today. They had to explain their collision on the last lap at Silverstone. The 2 men were both given a suspended 1-race ban, and Hakkinen was also warned for overtaking on the warm-up lap. The FIA told both men that because of their dangerous driving in Britain, they would be under close supervision in coming races. For the moment, there has been no reaction from the Benetton team concerning Schumacher's punishment. The Benetton team say they are considering what action to take, and no reaction either from Hakkinen or Barrichello as they left Paris today.
Hello there. Damon Hill's dream of capturing the Formula One Drivers' Championship was given a boost today when Michael Schumacher was banned for 2 races by the sport's governing body. The championship leader also had the 6 points he won for coming second in the British Grand Prix deducted after breaking safety rules during the race at Silverstone 2 weeks ago. On top of that, his Benetton Ford team was fined over £300,000.
The officials of motor racing's governing body looked in somber mood as they arrived for the disciplinary hearing in Paris, and Michael Schumacher was soon to find out they did mean business. The crime, failing to heed a black flag order to stop during the Silverstone Grand Prix. The punishment...
He loses in any event his points from the British Grand Prix because, having been shown the black flag, he should have stopped, and that would have been an end of his race. In addition to that, he has been banned for 2 races. He's got a 2-race suspension.
It's a crushing blow to the young German. Before the hearing, he was leading the Drivers' Championship by 33 points from Damon Hill. With the 6 points deduction, and if Hill takes advantage to win those 2 races, Schumacher will only retain a meagre 7-point lead. One minor plus point for the Benetton driver: if he launches an immediate appeal, he will be allowed to drive in his home Grand Prix at Hockenheim this Sunday. Schumacher wasn't the only driver to feel the wrath of the FIA. Rubens Barrichello and Mika Hakkinen were both handed 1 race bans for a tangle on the last lap at Silverstone. As for Hill, he escaped punishment for stopping to pick up a Union Jack during his slowing down lap after winning at Silverstone. After the hearing, the British driver was adamant he'd still be patriotic, if a little cautious.
I'm certainly going to continue to wave the flag for Britain in the remaining races in the championship, although I might not be able to stop and actually pick one up. Thank you.
Hill wouldn't be drawn on Schumacher's dilemma, but privately he must know that the action now significantly increases his chances of beating the German to the Drivers' World title. Paul Bell, Sky News.
Having reached the semi-final,
Formula One driver Michael Schumacher has been suspended for 2 races for breaking the rules at the British Grand Prix earlier this month. At a disciplinary hearing in Paris, he was also stripped of the 6 points he received for finishing second in the race.
Michael Schumacher arrived for today's hearing as the runaway leader of the Formula One Drivers' Championship, but left with a very real possibility of his massive 33-point lead being cut to just 7. What angered the sports governing body was the young German's insistence at the British Grand Prix just over a fortnight ago of driving on despite being clearly shown a black flag requiring him to stop. Earlier on the warm-up lap, Schumacher had overtaken Damon Hill's Renault Williams car. Though he did eventually settle back into second place on the grid, he had clearly breached racing protocol. Now his Benetton team have been fined $500,000 and their star driver has been docked 6 championship points and suspended for 2 Grand Prix, another possible 20 precious championship points down the drain. If, however, he decides to appeal, he could race in Germany on Sunday. In another ruling today, Damon Hill, the driver most likely to benefit from Schumacher's punishment, was cleared of breaching regulations by stopping to collect a Union flag at Silverstone during his victory lap. Clive Myrie, BBC News.